565. How's everybody doing today? Great. Happy Martin Luther King Day. My name is Judy Dallas, and that is my real name. When I meet people, a lot of times people go, Judy Dallas, wow, that sounds like a movie star. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. I meet other people and they go, Judy Dallas? That sounds like a white woman. Now that I know is true. Because every time I go someplace, you know, where you have to sign in, like a doctor's office or an appointment, job interview, I sign in, I go sit down, they pick up the clipboard. Judy Dallas? I walk up to the window, and they go, may I help you? Feel like I'm always disappointing people. I have another nickname. It's a family nickname. You guys know how family nicknames are, right? So I'm telling my family, look, y'all can call me this at home. Don't be calling me this out in public. Don't be telling your friends to call me this. And certainly don't be coming up on my job calling me this name. But you know family, right? So before I know it, they friends is calling me the name, the people around us, and the people on my job because they think that it is cute. So I called a family meeting. I'm like, look, family, we gotta talk. Your friends cannot call me this. They don't know me like that, and you're gonna have to tell them to stop. And my family is like, but Granny, everybody wishes that you were their grandmother. So I am a grandmother, and like Bob said while he was flirting with me, to a theater for 30 years. I started really young. But I'm a grandmother, and I do want to celebrate. Who are grandmothers in the room? Shake your hands. All right, so let's give our grandmothers a hand because these are the women who are there for you. We all remember the song Grandma's Prayers and everything. But just recently, I became a great-grandmother. So who are the great-grandmothers in the room? Look at that. Still some. So let's give them a hand. Because that means 4 generations. 4 generations, and that's a blessing. Can we go one more level? Are there any more great-grandmothers? Look at her back. There she is. Hand waving. 5 generations. That is a blessing. And in the days that we live in, and if you still have your grandmother or if you know a grandmother, you need to sit down and spend some time with them and find out and learn some things about where you come from and where you've been. But with that said, grandmothers are different than they were when I was a kid, right? Because when I was a kid, grandmothers were, they were old. Right? They didn't look like these grandmothers in here. You know, and grandmothers were, they were home. You could go to their house and they cooked, right? And grandmothers did the wonderful things that grandmothers do. They sent birthday cards in the mail with cash. And for those of us who have children, grandmothers babysat, right? You can take your kids to grandma's house on Thursday. She would wash their clothes. She would do everything for them. You could be gone all the way for a couple of weeks. And grandma said, girl, you know you need to come and check on these kids. Now that's new grandmas. We don't do all that, right? We do not. On your birthday, what we do? We hit you up on Facebook. We say happy birthday. We send you a gift card. Be like, talk to you later. Talk about coming to our house. You better not show up at our door unannounced. But you get to Granny's house, knocking on the door. Granny be peeping out the peephole. Talking about who is it. You know, Granny got Paw or Bay or whoever, Mister, nowadays. Granny say, what you want, baby? Granny, I came to check on, see if you do, are you cooking? No, baby. Stop. No, Granny ain't, gosh, now. Granny ain't cooking, baby. At least not in the kitchen. Granny give you some money, tell you to go ahead and run over to KFC and get you some chicken. And now I'm one of these grannies, because now grannies, they don't even want to be called grandma, do they? They grandma. They got other nicknames now. What are some nicknames that grannies have now? It's fancy. They fancy now. Mia, Nana. Say it again. Okay, so I can't hear up here, it's all the noise. But grannies don't want to be called grandma. I like being called granny, actually. But now, grannies, especially me, I don't know about y'all, and please don't judge me. I don't babysit babies. Not babies. Granny don't do babies. I don't have time for bottles and diapers and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm the other kind of granny, right? If you want me to babysit, I'm gonna need you to make an appointment 2 weeks in advance. Check-in is at 6 p.m. and check-out is at noon. I know. I'm not watching your kids unless they are walking, talking, potty trained, and eat chicken nuggets. Don't forget, this is comedy. Don't tell my daughter, she don't know. If you want to know, don't be calling us, asking us what we doing, where we at. Don't ask us nothing. You can follow us on Instagram at Granny Be Back. Because that's our story, Granny Be Back. But I'm glad to be here for Martin Luther King Day. It's a beautiful day here in Columbus. They are having a march somewhere. And I remember in the days in the past, it's always cold. It's always cold during the march, right? The last march that I went to, it was so cold, my shadow froze to the ground. I was like, why we got a march? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it wasn't for hot flashes, I wouldn't even made it across the bridge. I was out there taking off my coat, talking about weed, shadow. Woo, y'all ain't hot tonight. Woo. Get some snow. It's on my forehead. Lord have mercy, Jesus, it's hot out here. But the one thing that I'm trying to figure out, because you know we here up north and all, and it's all good. But Columbus didn't understand that Martin Luther King never marched in the cold. He never marched in the cold. Check the temperatures. In Selma, Alabama, I checked with Bob Mananely today. In Selma, Alabama today, February, I don't know what the day is, February 16th. It is 76 degrees today. Martin Luther King didn't march in the cold. Why are we marching in the cold? They say Christ was born in December, but we celebrate his birthday right in December. So we need to march in the warm, right? That's what I understand. Black History Month. Why would they give us the coldest month of the year? It's a warmer month. That don't have holiday. We didn't even share a holiday, won't we? I checked. August don't have no holidays. Why couldn't we have Black History Month in August? We be barbecuing, we be marching, we be doing all our stuff up here. I truly don't understand that. When I think about Martin Luther King, I think about what it was like to be his friend back during the time, right? Did you know that Martin Luther King was arrested 29 times? Now what would y'all say right now about a minister, a preacher, a man of the word, a man of the Bible, arrested 29 times? Y'all know good one. I ain't going to that church. He always in jail. What if he was your friend? He was talking about, you know, we should start a walking club. You know what I mean? We need to lose some weight. Our congregation, we're going to start a walking club. I ain't walking. Shoot, you get to marching through a park or something, the police come, they start hitting people in the head. I'm not going. People don't want to go. It's comedy, y'all. CEO. No, just seriously. In this day and time, we forget about what people did for our civil rights. Well, history repeats itself. So y'all better get ready for our new marches and all the stuff that we're going to be doing. I'm just saying, we always have to fight for our civil rights. Always, 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 always. And that's an important thing. We have to stand together for everyone's rights. Everyone. So I want to tell you a quick story. It's a true story. I was blessed to attend Martin Luther King's funeral. I was 5 years old. My mom and I took the Greyhound bus down south. We sat in the back of that bus. We didn't get off the bus when the bus pulled into some of the cities because we couldn't get off the bus in a lot of places. When we got there, the funeral was in the church, and that was for all the dignitaries and friends and family. The rest of the people, we waited outside, and they were going to put his coffin on the mule thing and take him to another place where we could all go and look at him and pay our respects. So I was 5 years old. I was hot. I was a little girl. It was Alabama. I know it was 104 degrees out there. And I was saying to my mother, Mommy, I'm so thirsty. Mommy, I'm thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I am so thirsty. Mommy, she's like, and if you know people back in the South in the day, she was like, be still, child. Hush, hush. But I'm going on, Mommy, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty. So finally a white lady who was standing beside us, she took her thermos and she handed it to my mother. And she said, here, give the child some water. My mother, I had never heard my mother do this. My mother said, ma'am. She said, give the child some water. So my mother took the lid off the thermos. You know, it's a cup. She took the lid off the thermos and she told me to cup my hands like this. So as I cupped my hands, the lady said, pour it in the cup. Give her the cup. My mother said, ma'am. The lady said, give her a cup. So my mother poured it in the cup, and I'm fine. It's good, cold, ice water. I'm happy. I don't know what's going on with the problems of the world. Drink the water, everything is good. So then my mom goes to hand the thermos back to her, and the lady says, you drink. You have some water. And again, my mother goes, ma'am. She says, you drink. So my mother poured the water into the cup, and she drank. And so then when she got finished, she took the cup and she wiped it out. And she went to hand it to the lady. And the lady then poured into the cup, and she drank from the same cup that we drank from. My mother cried. I just remember saying, Mommy, why are you crying? Mommy, why are you crying? I'm 5. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what any of this means. My mother is crying. That's all I know, and it's still hot outside. When we got to the place where King's body was, he laid there, and they had a full view casket. And as I was going by, 5 years old, my eyes were just level with the lid of the casket. And the first thing that I saw was his shoes. Martin Luther King had on shiny black patent leather shoes. And in his shoes, as he lay there, I saw my reflection. A five-year-old little girl, born in the North. Don't know what's going on. Don't know who the man is. Don't know anything. But I saw my face in his shoes. When I looked to the side, I saw his wife and his family, and we went on. Life goes on, life goes on, life goes on. Once I became an adult, I realized the importance of those moments. Both my mother crying because she never drank or had a white woman share a cup with her, crying because the man who has led this march is laying there and we don't know what's going to happen. My mom was born in 1905, so she lived it all. Jim Crow, she told all the stories, and I wish I had written them down. But she shed those tears because she didn't know what was going to happen to me. She didn't know. All she knew that he was dead and a white woman had shared some water. As I go on and I think about it, and now being a great-grandmother, when I look into the face of my grandson and I see that reflection, it's like the same. Miss Shamika, the spoken word, everyone that you have seen here, we're all the dream. Barack Obama, you, all the things that you have done, all the things that you've experienced, we're all the dream. We can laugh, we can do comedy, we can do all those things because he wants us to be joyful. He wants us, his legacy. But also his legacy is for us to stand together and love one another. No matter race, creed, color, circumstance, situation, nothing. Love one another and continue to remember him in this way. Sharing, as you're learning, walk these halls. Our history is in these halls, right here. Some of you have never seen a whites only sign in real life, but they're on the bathroom. Walk them and learn. I'd like to take this opportunity for the King Center for inviting me here. I am a part of the Funny Bone. We're having a show tonight. We're supposed to do a plug, 8 p.m. tonight at the Funny Bone. I'm not going to be there. It's all guys tonight. So we'll probably be there. I'll probably be there in a couple months. But thank you again. It's been wonderful. And Be blessed, everybody.